Wouldn't it be great to actually have a show that would be kind of really raw, that would like go out there and literally get information and get the paranormal and get ghosts or get whatever we're looking for, investigation. Great to sort of take this psychic world and put it to the test. If we feed my beliefs, great. If we feed my skepticisms, then so be it. I decided to get things started by inviting my old friend and psychic Diane Howe to visit me in Leeds under the guise of filming an interview on the paranormal. I've known Diane for a few years after working with her on the cable TV show Psychic Interactive. She was very different from other psychics I worked with in that she'd always test her beliefs. Despite her profession, she was quite sceptical and down to earth. A perfect companion for me in testing my own beliefs.
Okay, I'm a fifth generation psychic, so that means my parents were psychic, my grandparents were, and so on and so on. Each generation had different abilities. My grandparents specialised in healing. My mother was very psychic in that she'd get premonitions about things that were going to happen. She'd always know things, but she tended to try and ignore it as much as possible. And then they first became aware that I was psychic when I was around 2. And it's kind of been with me ever since then. I don't know how not to be psychic, to be honest. I see spirits, I hear them, I get the smells that come with them. You'll know when you work with me that I get goosebumps when a spirit stood by me, so it's visibly obvious to other people as well. Most people are actually a ghost wearing a body. The body is just like clothes that you wear over you. When you pass on, you either go on to the spirit world or you decide to stay behind for whatever reason. And then there's no real difference in the behaviour of a ghost to a normal person. Imagine how you'd feel if you walked down the road and someone walked towards you and saw you and ran the other way screaming. After a while you get fairly paranoid about it. But really they're fine, they're just normal ghosts. The other type, when you hear of these haunted houses or haunted pubs or whatever, more often than not you'll hear, oh right, there's a white lady and she walks along this particular direction, down the corridor, disappears into a wall or goes out into the grounds and disappears. Nobody ever knows why. The thing with those is they're not living spirits, they're just memories of what did happen. For instance, if somebody dies in a very quick accident like a car crash, or going back to olden times if they jumped off a roof and killed themselves, they don't always realise they're dead, and it leaves a very strong imprint on the atmosphere. It's a bit like a ripple in the force, to quote from Star Wars. It's just there, and at certain times it will be seen. But if you try and speak to that ghost or get it to deviate from its pathway, it won't, because it's not actually there. It's just like watching a video. And quite often, they may have been wearing a very bright red dress, but over the centuries and years it pales, it becomes grey and eventually white, and then it will disappear altogether. So they're not what I would call ghosts, they're what I call replays. And there's no one there. But when you see them normally, it's a case of when you're in a kind of not quite concentrated frame of mind. You know, when just before you go to sleep you're daydreaming, your brain waves change. On a normal day you're operating on alpha, you're fully conscious. As you start to drift you go into beta. That increases your vibration on a mental level, and that's the level you need to be at to see a ghost. So if you're wandering down a deserted country lane, it's dark, it's night time, you maybe get a little bit nervous and you slip into that frame of mind wondering what's going on, you're likely to see one. So most people at some point in their lives will see a ghost.
It was great to catch up with Diane, and I was now convinced that she had to be involved with the experiment. I was pretty sure she'd be interested and decided to ask her before she headed back to the Midlands. I want to be able to use you and your ability to tune in to whatever goes on, using your mediumship and your psychic ability, and I want you to sort of really get to the bottom of what goes in any of the places that we go to.
You know me, I want the full story.
Well, I'm not going to tell you anything.
No, I don't want you to, but so long as matters if we go there and I do pick anything up, if when we've finished, if someone will tell me whether I was right or wrong.
Oh, of course.
Because I like to know the truth as well.
Yeah, I mean, I will feed to you what needs to be fed to you, but I'm not going to give you too much. So, you know,
No,
if you're
don't feed me, just let me find my own thing. But after I've finished, then I always like to prove for me, okay, I've been doing it for years and years, but I still like to have a degree of scepticism myself.
Of course, we will have a conclusion, we'll have all the answers for you, so anything that you nail on the head, you know, will be confirmed from people that I've talked to, local historians, maybe people that maybe even live at the location. So yeah, I really want to put yourself to the test.
Well, so long as it's honest, yeah, I'm up for that.
With Diane on board, I took the plunge and headed across to Pendle in Lancashire, where I had already scouted a potential haunted location. I'd arranged to meet with Kath Bennett, a resident of Pendle, who had initially tipped me off about the haunting. She'd also found a local historian named Muriel Pollard, who I was hoping would be able to give me some more background on the location.
Well, I'm a king from the Lane Ends farm. With the families, an old family lived in the district for years and years. We found out about the Salters.
Okay.
And so, of course, I wanted to know all about the anchor then, and we found out it was called Traveller's Rest. And then eventually, when the canal came along, it was called Canal Tavern. And then they changed again to Anchor Inn. And when the canal came, they realised that it was seeping in was the water, and so they built another anchor in on top, you see, and it was built by the Broughton's families, and they had a stone to say when it was rebuilt and everything, but now it's in the vicarage cellar at Barnoldswick, and I don't think it'll ever get back, but that's where it is.
Well, when I first came to this area, we used to go down there. It was like our local. We'd walk down the canal to the anchor, and it was one of the places that people liked to go because it was one of the original pubs. It hadn't been sort of, it was all the little tiny tap rooms that we don't get anymore, and we didn't then. So it was sort of an interesting place. But at that time, it was a Polish man who had it. And I didn't know anything about the underneath or how the anchor had sort of come to be about. And then when my friends took it over, then it was different because I was there sort of late nights, you know, there was sort of parties, there was lock-ins. There was a house, and also I believe from the history of Salterford that there's been lots of dwellings sort of attached, knocked down, built on, because there was buildings there before the pub even came. And the pub must be, I worked out, it must be somewhere in the region of about 1830 for the pub. And now I could be wrong, but I don't think so, for so many years. But we know that it was something else before. And it's on the Salters track, so it could have been a watering hole or anything, because there would have been a lot of people pass by there. Until probably about 15 years ago, there wasn't a name attached to this. It was just they knew, whoever had been down there, they got the same thing. They got, there was an entity there that they put this name Joseph to. But prior to that, it was known that this boy had died by hanging himself. They got that bit, and that he was somewhere in the age of about 14. Well, I was always told it was somebody to do with the Widdop family, who had the pub at the turn of the last century. But from my friend who's a clairvoyant, she got it far beyond that, beyond it being a pub. Because there was always a building there with the Salters Trail and the people that would be, and the hawkers who passed up and down this trail. Years ago when we first used to go down, you could feel, it's a feeling. It's not something that I've seen because I haven't seen anything, but you can feel if you're in the area of where he used to sit on this windowsill or he used to be about the windowsill, and you could feel it. Nobody needed to tell you. If you were sensitive at all and you went, you could wander all down where that would have been the bar at one time. And in that area there was a window, and that's where he used to loiter about. But things have changed, and the room has been altered and boarded up so that it has sort of like square walls now. So last time I went down, I didn't sense anything at all. Although it's not malevolent, it is a bit scary when, you know, when there's bottles clanking around downstairs and the gas is being turned off, and the stairs that come up, there's all this creaking and footsteps up above you.
Kath had made the pub sound an exciting prospect. I was disappointed that Muriel hadn't been able to give me any more background, but at least I got a starting point with James Broughton. I'd already spoken to the Anchor's landlord and arranged to meet with him. I was hoping he might be able to fill me in on some of the gaps around the history of events, in particular, the alleged hanging.
Well, my name's John Stather. I've been here at the Anchor for 15 years. We're at the Anchor Inn in Salterforth, and prior to that I was in various pubs around this area. I've been in the licence trade for 23 years altogether, and as I say, 15 years ago I came here, and at the moment I've no plans to move anywhere else. I think we're in a beautiful area. There's the canal going past the pub, and beautiful countryside, and most people comment on the scenery around here. They seem to enjoy it when they come through. When I came here in 1992, the licensee, who'd been here I think 12 years, told me as much as he could about the pub, and told me about some happenings in the cellar which were attributed to someone called Joseph, who I was told was a 14-year-old youth that lived at the pub at the time. He told me about various things that had happened to him, and sure enough, in the 15 years I've been here, there has been various bits of activity, such as mischief.
Like when you go to change a barrel, you automatically check the gas and stuff, and once before we went to change the Fosters, check the gas, and then you'll come back up and pour 2 more pints, and it like will stop, and you just think, well, I've just changed barrel, so you go down and gas has been turned off, and just little things really.
Allegedly he hung himself in the original kitchen downstairs, and that's where the activity seems to have stemmed from in the past.
I was keen to see what Diane would make of the pub and see if she would pick up on anything that I'd already been told by John and Kath. Whilst having a walk along the canal, I explained my plan for us to stay at the property overnight and see what Diane could pick up. I also took the opportunity to see if she'd sensed anything already. So we're stood outside the pub. What kind of feelings are you getting? I mean, if you were to stare at the pub right now, would you see anything?
Just a lot of smoky, burnt, not necessarily a building like that, more like an old type of farm hayloft type thing that was open without a solid roof on. Not at that height, to be honest.
Not at that height?
No.
What height are we looking at?
You know the window next to the big black door?
Yeah.
About that height, I would say, where that guy's going in. About the height of that door. It's not a window, is it?
Okay, so you're saying that the building was that height?
I would have thought so, yeah.
Right, okay.
But that part of it would have been, you know, you get haylofts in stables and then you've got the horses underneath. That part would have been the hayloft, the highest point.
Right.
Whereas it's actually the lowest part. So to be honest, looking at it, I'm getting confused because I'm getting past images and present images mixed up.
Okay. What about names? Are you getting any family names, anything that's tied to the pub at all?
Well, to be honest, I've not looked at that at the moment.
Okay.
When I went up to the ladies before, there were 3 children at the bottom of the stairs. Well, I say children. There was a boy about 9 or 10 and girls maybe 11, maybe 12, 2 of them. You know the programme that used to be on the Railway Children?
Yeah.
They look like 3 taken out of the scene of that at the base of the stairs. Quite happy, but I didn't go in and ask them questions. I was given a name of Molly, and the lad was going on about a horse called McGinty.
McGinty?
McGinty, yeah, black and white, like a big Shire horse, but it wasn't. It had its tail cut short. He was going on about it.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. We'll have to look into that when we step into the pub. Now you're here, what kind of things do you think you want to do this evening to get answers?
This isn't a frightening place. It's not somewhere that's going to make you run screaming and thinking. It's very pleasant, it's very happy. The spirits that are here, they seem really easygoing, quite laid back. So I think they'll communicate quite easily. I don't think we need to do anything drastic. Maybe the glass on the table.
Okay.
So that you've got
Like a
something
séance.
visual, yeah.
Anything else you'd like to try, you think?
I want to see more of the pub and see who's where and ask them what they want me to do.
Okay.
Rather than make decisions. Because I'll say, it's in no way threatening at all.
Diane had said some interesting things, but nothing really stood out yet. John had kindly offered to show me around the lower levels of the pub and give me a little bit more background to specific events that had occurred there. I didn't want Diane to be included in this, and I decided instead to show her around myself afterwards.
This room, Paul, is, I believe it used to be a kitchen.
Okay.
Of the original pub. There's a fireplace in one of the old original windows there.
That's the fireplace just
That's
there?
the fireplace
Right, okay.
down there, and allegedly this is where our alleged ghost hung himself off one of these beams.
Really?
Looking at them, they are oak, and I think they'll be the original beams as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know roughly, would it be sort of more near the wall, or was it kind of central? Do you
I don't know. I don't really know where it was, but from all the history I've gathered on the pub.
So this was the kitchen.
I rather think it was a kitchen, but there is a possibility it might have been a room that they could drink in, because there were seats placed on the old window ledges at one time.
Okay. Was it, so this was a house, or was this still the pub?
It was a pub, but there was living quarters as well. Right. They had to live on the same floor as the pub.
Okay.
The family that lived here.
And you use this now as a storage room?
It's just a storeroom for bottles and anything else that's to do with the running of the pub.
So let's say that. So this at the time, above us was the top floor, was the bedrooms.
That was the bedrooms.
And this is the ground floor.
And this was the ground floor. That's right.
Right. And then below us was the cellar.
And below us is the old original cellar.
Okay.
And then that all altered in 1788 when they built the canal, and everything moved up another story.
Okay. Now we've got this window just next to us.
Yes. Yeah.
The window there was.
Well, that faced out onto the old road, and that's the old pack horse road, which is outside. Mm-hmm. We have got access to that through the front door.
Okay.
And I would imagine it's an original window, but it's fairly rotten. But it does look as though it's been there forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. You can see it's kind of a little bit disjointed in its bend. So tell us a little bit about, again, the activity that normally goes on. Does anything happen in this room here?
I never noticed anything in particular in this room, but in the passage here, that's where most of the activity I've come across has been going on. Okay. We do have gas cylinders in there, and they have been known to be turned off. We've run out of gas, which propels the beer up to the pub. Yeah. And when we've come down, there's a full cylinder on there, but the top's been turned off. Okay. These doors on this floor are all locked, so there's no access to the place other than down through the bar. Okay. And other things like fridge has not been able to be opened, and allegedly that's because our friend's been sat on the top of them. And,
oh, really?
I was told one time to say, "Get off, Joseph, and you'll find the door will open." But we've moved all those fridges now. There's nothing like that down here. Okay. Only upright ones, and crates on the cellar steps, empty crates placed on there that we couldn't account for. Okay. And my son stayed here for the first time about 3 years ago, and he was here on his own. I'd gone away for the night, and he saw the door handle moving on the door into the bar area now, which I hadn't told him anything of what went on down here, so he said he cleared off the bed fairly quickly.
I think most people would have in that situation. Yeah. Okay, John, we're into our second room now, next door to what used to be the kitchen. What was this room before then?
It was a living room. Again, there was a fireplace in here. Okay. It's now a boiler room and just a general workshop and log splitting room and things like that now. Yeah. But, it was just a living room, a small living room with a fireplace in.
And this was still part of the main building, was it this?
Yes, it's all part of the original pub.
Okay. Any activity happened in this particular room at all, do you know of?
I can't say I've noticed anything in here, no.
Where are we now, John?
Here we are, Paul. We're in the beer cellar now. This is where we keep all the draft beers for the pub.
Okay.
Very similar sort of room to the first one we went in.
Yeah.
There's been a new wall put in there.
Yeah, you can see that, can't you, for just a different style of brickwork.
At one time there was a window in there as well.
Same window as there was in that
same
one?
window as there was in the other.
Okay.
In the other room, and I suggest this is the major fireplace, or it was, and that that's where the people would sit round and drink at night. We've had a look in there, and it's really not worth exposing. So
okay.
We haven't opened it up, but this was the main room for the travellers that were coming through.
So where would they come through? Where would the main door be for them to come into?
The main door's through in the passage. I'll take you out there shortly, and we'll be able to see the original front door from there.
When we were last here to just sort of do a recce, you said there was something, that there's a sort of a doorway just there. What does that lead into?
Well, there's just a trapdoor there that you can get through to. It's mainly just for access to the water facilities here and that sort of thing. But there is a cellar in there. Well, it's a cellar now, but it was part of a separate cottage, and I think it must have been a bakery at some time, because there's a massive pile of bricks there that was what they call a hot oven.
This is incredible.
Yeah, we're outside the front of the pub now. Stood on the old pack road that used to run by. The road itself originates down in Cheshire, between Middlewich and Nantwich, and it's one of the old salt routes. It runs through here and out into North Yorkshire eventually.
Okay.
And it was used by pack horses in the main, carrying salt and selling it.
So you're telling me this was all open at one point?
This was open. This is the original road that ran through the village.
Okay, so this tunnel wasn't here?
No.
Okay, and this has been built on as the levels have been built up, yeah?
When the level was built up and the canal bank was brought across the front, they put this arch on just to keep the pressure of the bank off the building and stop dampness getting in.
And how are these static tunnels formed then? Where are they coming from?
Well, they're formed by rainwater coming through and bringing limestone out of the mortar that's built the arch. It runs down. They are hollow, they're just like a straw. Water runs through the middle, deposits the limestone on the end, and drops onto the floor. And we've got stalagmites growing up as well in places.
So these would eventually probably grow up then, would they?
I think there are one or two have met in various places around here and just over there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens now they're joined together.
So how long do these take to form? Are we talking years, months, weeks? I mean, how long does it take for one to form, do you think?
Well, it depends on the amount of rainwater coming through in any one place, but it started forming when the arch was built, which was around 1788 to the end of that century. And that's when the arch was built, and that's when these would start forming.
So, does anything happen here? Do we get any activity in here? Do you experience anything whilst being in here?
Not really, no. Obviously, we're not in here very long. We do bring people down to show them in here. There's no other reason to come in.
I was blown away by the beauty of the location and was pretty sure Diane would be too. I was hoping, however, that she might be able to show me a little bit more than just impressions of past surroundings. It was still early, but I was starting to worry that we weren't going to see anything interesting develop. However, these fears were put to rest as Diane spoke to the group about her findings.
Well, the first room I went in was when you go down the stairs and it's directly ahead, isn't it?
Yeah, the first one as you go down, turn right, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first room I went into. And in that one, I felt like it would have been the main, living area of the people that were there. But that it goes down a lot lower than, this wouldn't have existed. And then over in the corner, it felt unpleasant. When I went over there, it felt like something had happened that had upset people, but to me it was like a bang on the head. And I thought, well, that's not traumatic enough to justify what I'm feeling. So I tuned in a bit more, and then I felt like there was maybe a trapdoor in the ceiling and something was dropping through it. But I don't know what, because I had to come out of the room because I got the pain on my head. And then as I came away from it, I felt really emotional, like it was some kind of tragedy, and I felt shaky. And then when I came up here, I was getting a sensation like I'd been knocked there and it had shattered my jaw and my teeth. but I want to go back and find out more information about that.
In the room next door to it, you mentioned the invalid.
Oh, that's right, yeah, 2 different time periods, because on the right-hand side, I was seeing a guy in bed, and he was quite a big built guy, bald head, thin white hair at the sides, but he was in one of these old-fashioned striped nightshirts and a bob cap, but he was obviously dying, and it felt like pneumonia type thing. But at the same time, on the other side of the room, it was kind of a completely different time period. There was a woman that was more elegantly dressed. She had dark hair in a bun that would be at the back, but not straight back. You know how they have it that way, in a high neck dress and quite straight. She seemed more educated, for want of a better word, but I didn't latch on to either of them because we went into the next room. Do you remember I said there would have been cooking and stuff, but also killing animals?
Yeah. I remember you talking about the animals.
Yeah. Well, I've just mentioned that to Kath, and she said that could be a possibility that they would have done that there.
Well, they did do their own slaughtering here, that's for sure.
Because I said it wasn't done maliciously, it was just matter of fact, you know.
That's interesting, because John didn't elaborate on that, but he did mention about baking bread. Didn't he?
Right.
Yeah,
so it was definitely, that was where a lot of the preparation of food, whether it was for sale or whether it was for...
Yeah, because there was no cruelty to the animals, they were just brought in, heads chopped off.
Yeah, it was a butcher's really, kind of a butcher, wasn't it?
Just a
double
daily.
Yeah, and I said about the big leather apron as well.
Well, they did have their own slaughterhouse underneath, with on the same level, which is the level you're talking about then, where they slaughtered their own animals, because it was quite a big house, and it wasn't a pub. We're talking about pre-pub here.
No, I don't feel like a pub at all.
No, it's pre-pub.
1600s, maybe 1700s.
Definitely.
Before this was a pub.
Which is what I said originally, that it was, that most of anything you'd pick up would be prior to the pub.
The next piece of information I think is really vital is the name that you got.
Right, the last thing we did was the corridor between all the rooms, where all the fridges and freezers are. And as I was standing there, I suddenly got an overwhelming urge, as if I just wanted to knock everything out of the way. And something actually dropped off the ceiling, didn't it? A metal thing. And then this sense of this arrogant man. And so Paul was asking me, well, would he have been the landlord? And I don't feel he was the landlord, but he would have been a very close friend, or he would have been a powerful man, I think is what I said. And then he asked me to get a name. Now I got 2 names, I got William and James, and then it was a thick Lancashire accent, so I thought he said brought 'em, like I've brought them here, William and James. But then it was William James brought 'em, and Paul said, could it be a particular name?
Well, that's absolutely brilliant, because the person who built the original building as we know it from before was William James Broughton. Who was a really arrogant man.
Yeah.
Who actually hated women.
Nick, as our director of the scene, how do you feel the night's going so far? Are you happy with where we're going?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite early. Yeah, I mean, most of this stuff has just been going around getting a quick feel. I think, like you said, you can't really just walk into a room and work your magic after 10 seconds and go, wow, this is, this happened.
I know, but to get William James Broughton,
is not
which
bad,
is
actually.
the original building, in fact.
I'm really chuffed about that.
I am.
Yeah.
And the stone that used to be over the building which is through from this pub, which is the extension cottage, which is now your billiard room, that used to have a date stone, and that date stone proves all this because his name and the date is still in the Masonic Hall at Bonolswick.
And obviously the cellar hasn't been looked at.
No.
So there's something, obviously you're saying it was wanting to push you down into there. I
Yeah,
mean, now
it was. I
we've had
get
a
the
little...
feeling if you hadn't been there, it would have tried to push me past you. He didn't have a problem with Paul at all, but it was almost like women were riff-raff and shouldn't be in the way. You don't count for anything, you're a woman.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're comfortable with doing it, but I mean, there's been a bit of a discussion about you two possibly going down there, just taking one of the night vision cameras.
Which way do you want to go first?
Well, it was around right here that I picked up Mystery Pool.
Do you want to go into this one?
I'm just wondering.
He's left the lights on, so...
No, I didn't get that hot from here to you.
Oh. Did you not get that horrible foul smell?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
He's hiding, he's pissed off.
That is terrible. I've never had that smell before. That's, you know, you were on about your slaughterhouse.
This was where I felt it.
Oh, right. Well, that's where I've got the smell of. I mean, my ex-husband was a butcher,
Right.
and that's the smell of slaughtered animals. Horrible.
Here. Yeah.
That is really weird because I've still got it, and it's not the smell of beer. It has nothing to do with beer.
No, it's animal blood. But there's no. I'm not picking up panic about it or
No.
any kind of sinister thing. It was just the way it was done. I want to feel something over there, but it's kind of dead. Don't think we went in there. No, we didn't. I do get the
See,
thing.
the smell's gone again.
Yeah, he is creeping around, wondering what we're going to do. Oh, this was the well.
Yeah, it's where you.
Oh,
That's the
got the headache.
stalactites through there. Yeah.
Do you want to go in these or not?
I'm quite happy to go wherever you are.
I won't linger.
Because, like I say, it won't affect me.
Well, I won't linger too long in this one.
No,
because
don't
I
linger.
think
No.
The guys want me to sit. It's okay.
I was going to say, be careful when you. Just hold on. I've got a.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just got like a stop.
I don't feel that the level where the water is the lowest
No,
level
it isn't.
of this property.
Definitely not. The canal has spoilt all that because
Right.
this old grand house has gone on a lot longer than that.
Oh, it
Much
has.
longer.
It's got a lot of history. The thing that drops off the ceiling, wasn't it? Yeah. That was it. It just dropped from up there.
A clip?
Yeah.
Quite an old
Snap.
clip at that too.
Yeah, it's just snapped through, but it looks like a piece missing. So what do you want to do? Do you want to stay
Do you want to
here
go
or
down?
Should we go down?
You haven't been down yet,
I
have you?
haven't, no.
Oh, well, this is good. Are you in the water now?
Yeah, and then I was just picking something up towards the end there. Ah!
Watch your head, don't catch that wire.
Right, don't like the energy down here, so. How about you?
Would you like me to follow you?
Yeah.
Now, normally most people don't get any further than this. Do you want to
I'm
look
not
through
happy at all.
No, you don't look very happy.
I'm not.
I can feel it.
Fucking happy.
Yeah.
There's something moving.
My hair standing straight up on end.
Yeah, I'm kind of being dead when I go there or won't I? Yes or no? Good. Who the hell is in here? Yeah, what I'm actually feeling is if I was to go into this properly, that a big bloody door would slam down behind me.
Well, this is where the door actually goes in to the extension property that came out the front, which would lead on to the Salters Trail.
Right.
And then if you were to turn right, you would be into the extension property where William Broughton lived.
Right. Now it's almost like the fear barrier starts where you're stood, and once you get past these pillars, it eases off a bit. But
It's where I am.
Yeah,
Mm.
but only a little bit. There's also something behind.
There's something
the wall.
behind you, isn't there?
Yeah. But it won't tell me who it is. I would like, if you're up for it as well, to maybe get some of the guys who can fit in here and just stay around this area, and with the added energy try and push it so that I can find out who it is.
It might work, that.
Yeah. Okay, Nick, right, we've just done the walk and certain things happened down there that neither of us was expecting. There's a point when even I got scared and had to push through that to continue with where I was going. So I want either you and Paul together or separately ideally to see if you can do the walk, if it affects you the same way or if it's just women that it's affecting.
I think it's affecting me already. I'm quite a bit nervous, but
Yeah.
right, that'd be cool. We'll go down and we'll try that.
I was really intrigued to go down and see things for myself, so I was pleased when Diane had suggested Nick and I go and explore the flooded basement. I was slightly concerned that a false sense of fear would be starting to build due to the nature of what we were doing, but I tried to reel myself in and keep a sceptical frame of mind.
Take it slowly. I mean, when you get to the bottom step, there is actually another step which I stumbled down.
Okay.
And just look slowly down to the end and just see what, if anything, you feel. If you can, just try and tell me what you feel, if anything, or if it's just a walk in cold water.
Is it planning to take some pictures while you're there?
Just at the moment, it just feels like a walk in cold water, but I don't feel like anything I felt earlier, like that feeling I described. But I just feel tension, but I think that's probably because it feels like a tense. I've just got that feeling that I had before.
Yeah.
Paul, come out.
Paul, don't go any further.
Why?
No, just come out.
It will get worse if you go forward, Paul.
Oh,
Are you alright?
no, I'm alright. Just
Do you want me to go and join you?
Whoa, hang on.
I just don't think I'm doing any good by. I don't know what I'm helping here.
Right.
Are you, right, do you want to
I don't feel like I have to come back, but
Right.
I don't know if I'm actually doing anything beneficial.
How do you feel about Paul and Rick changing places now?
Well, Paul's, I
You're
can
alright,
feel
Paul?
Paul's struggling.
Shit, can you see the thing that's overshadowing him?
Yeah.
You alright, mate? Oh, Christ, you touched me. What is going on here? It's just like...
Something's tickling me, but I think it's just a cobweb.
Yeah, something was ticking in my head, but
No, because the whole of my hair, when Diane turned round, my hair was actually stood straight upright.
a definite orb went over my shoulder though.
Nobody's been able to walk past this point before.
My battery's gone.
You alright?
Hang on a second, my camera's just switched itself off.
There's nothing new.
Look, it's back on now.
You okay, Nick?
Yeah, I just feel like,
Stay there, Nick.
I don't know, like maybe getting like, you know, like I did it on the slate.
Yeah.
I'm getting heavy head.
I feel like I'm getting a bit like I could just scream out or do something, and it's like I want to. I don't know whether it's just a rush from just being tired, but I feel.
No, it's what's going on in here, because that's where I got it.
Don't
stopped where
absorb
Paul
too
was.
much of it, whatever you do.
Why did that come up from there?
Because you're not on your own then.
What's come up?
Let's bounce off the walls.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul, come on.
Yeah, I just, I had a vision of someone stood there wanting to push me out, like, get fuck off.
Yeah.
That was like really, it was like almost like a cavalier type person.
I just
With this kind of like agitated grin, like just get the fuck out.
Well, we stirred it up and said we're going to come back and sort it out in the way, so...
I'm thinking cavalier, that's what I got. It was like when I stood there, it was almost as if he just appeared and stood there like a solid bum, and it was like he smiled at me like a grin, like almost like an evil grin, like fuck off.
Well, what overshadowed you had a bald head, but long hair from the sides down and a beard. Wasn't very pleasant, but then it's not.
Well, that was very interesting.
See why we wanted you to do the walk?
I can't describe it. I was getting pictures in my head of whether I was kind of playing my mind games with myself and trying not to worry about it. I started to panic. I didn't want to panic. I was trying to like be cool, get those stupid images out your face, and just try and think laterally. And I couldn't. And then when I went to the end, there was just the sense of someone stood, boom, like bang, and just like get, you know, fuck off out of here. And at that point, it was just like I felt like, well, shall I take him on? Also, just go. I thought, no, go. And just at that point, you went, Paul, come out. So that kind of, Nick.
Well, you've got the other.
I don't know. I'm not really sure
So
anything really.
My face is absolutely burning. It's like it feels like I've got 2 hot towels on my face.
You feel like you're burning.
Nick's, what? How are you feeling, Nick? No comment.
Burning.
Yeah. I mean, when
freezing
Nick first came out of the water and into the light, his cheeks were blood red, really bright red.
But I mean, for me, it was just that Nick managed to get past that point in one go. I had to stop at the same point you did, and I felt straight away like this is not good.
No.
I felt, and there was a pain in my back, and I don't know, I just felt really uncomfortable being there.
Before you got to Nick, when you were at the halfway point and you stopped, you were sideways on, and you were stuck there for a while, and there was another shape that overshadowed you. It was a guy with a bald head but long hair at the sides and a beard. Looked not very nice at all, quite nasty.
Okay.
So we've definitely stirred someone up down there. Well, we knew that when we went down, which is why I asked you 2 guys
So this is a completely different person altogether. So this isn't William James.
No, he's very agitated and prowling in the corridor, but he's not down there.
This guy down here, can we get a name? Do you think you can get a name from?
I could try, but when I tried to find out who he was, because I did when I was down there,
he hides, doesn't he?
He hides and plays games. And I said, right, okay then, I'm going to come back and bring some friends with me. I'm going to find out before the end of the night. So that agitated him a bit more.
God, this is becoming more of an epic.
Is there any way you can communicate, like Séance, that kind of stuff? I don't know.
You could certainly try.
I mean, what could a Séance achieve?
Well, a Séance would literally just move the glass around and let you know it was there. The one that's in that tunnel, I would have thought, would be tempted to smash the glass.
Yes, I would, definitely. But the trouble is you've got a lot of entities here. If you just had the one, it'd be fine, but you've got a few on different levels all around the place, and I don't know who you'd get.
But maybe they could if you tapped into one, could they almost, is it that simple that they can tell you what's going on, or can they not?
No, because different time periods, they're kind of passing each other like
so
they're on a different dimension.
Automatically assume that one goes.
Yeah, they're like on different planes altogether.
Okay.
So you might not get the person that you want.
Right, straight away, as soon as I get in here, I've got that pain on my head again. So what I'm going to do is ask them to show me what happened first. I want to see more than the trapdoor, show me. I'm going to stay here till you do show me, so you might as well. Right, okay, I think it was a trapdoor because it opened very quick like that, and it wasn't a man, it was a boy that dropped through. But I don't feel it was a suicide because there's a lot of screaming around it, there's a lot of upset around it. Somehow his neck got caught on something. He was just playing about up there, and it caught him under the left side of his jaw, smashed the bottom of his jaw and his teeth. That's the pain I'm getting the most from it. It feels like it was a really tragic accident. I feel that there was 2 young girls there at the same time. Yeah, because one of them ran out screaming and got somebody, but by the time they got here it was too late because the way the thing hit him under his chin, it snapped his neck. It's a sense of panic, really intense panic and terror, and oh my God. And there's a lot of crying, and it makes me feel quite emotional now I've seen that. I can almost hear voices, but I can't quite tune in on them yet. I'm not getting a name for the boy. I am hearing two names. I'm hearing Tom and I'm hearing Henry. But I'm not placing them where they were. He was the son of somebody who worked here rather than lived here. And it was just terrible. He also had something wrong with his right leg. It was a bit weaker than the left for some reason. He walked with a limp when he was moving around. Brown hair, probably a shade or two darker than John's. Is it true, was the boy hanged here? But it wasn't deliberate. It definitely wasn't deliberate. It was awful, the devastation that it caused. But I know these two young girls saw it as well, because they were up there with him. Right, one of them had, she had red hair, lighter than mine, but around kind of shoulder length. And it was down and wavy, and she had one of those white frilly pinafore things on over a blue dress. They were playing around and she'd actually pushed him and he stepped back, and that's how it happened. But she never told anyone that. I get the feeling it's the same kids that are at the bottom of the stairs. Yeah, that I saw earlier. And it wasn't a pub. It definitely wasn't a pub then, because I'm being told these are all out of place, they shouldn't be here. That room was the one where I got the animals being killed. I already know now that I was right on that because Kath confirmed it earlier. Go and have a look. Oh, yeah. Okay, someone's just walked through there. Let me just follow it. Where? Hang on. Keep going, John. I'm going to go left. Where are you taking me? Okay, we're going in here. Why have you come in here? Something else happened, but it would have been just the other side of the wall, because the person I followed in was male but has gone straight through the wall. But I feel like it's only about a foot the other side of the wall, and it's in that corner. And it was, yeah, okay, it was a butcher's knife. Someone got stabbed in this part. I would have thought that this room at one point would have been quite active, but it's just the other side of the wall now. And it's definitely a stabbing. It's a stabbing to the stomach. It's almost like somebody had a row that started in the other room where they were preparing the food, and they've just ran through here, and as this person was cornered, straight in the stomach. But I want to see more out there than just the outside. There's got to be another, like, part of a room just the other side of this wall. It was in the corner like that when he got stabbed, but it was further back than this wall. There was a lot of activity that went on in this room, and I would say that there was a lot of ghosts that were probably in this room, but for some reason this has blocked it, and they're not in here anymore. They're just the other side of the wall. But that guy, Lawson, he's wanting to come in and just upend the barrels. You know how that one is now? It's almost as though he would go along the road just doing it with all of them, just for the hell of it. Because he resents the way it's being used at the moment. Because his energy's coming in, yeah. Yeah, he really does resent it. It's beneath it. It's beneath what this place was built for. It was better than this.
Can you tell us what it was built for? Can he tell us what it was built for?
Yeah, hang on. Well, come on, you big chance, say something. It was built as a residence. It wasn't meant to be... I don't know what word he's saying. It's derogatory, but I can't make out what he's saying. It's almost like he thinks that females getting drunk here and doing all that kind of stuff. You know, it's just reprehensible, is what he's saying to this. He doesn't like it at all. There's a woman here who challenges the man that owns the place a lot and shouts and swears at him, and she's got no right to. Yeah, no woman should be allowed. Oh, piss off. Get back to your own century. Now he's gone quiet. Didn't like that. Yeah, I think it's worth trying to get hold of him on a séance, because we can get Paul asking the questions. He doesn't really want to talk to me because I'm a woman. Okay, my head's starting to really hurt now. Can we just stop? No.
I was pleased that I was going to experience a séance along with Nick and Kath. It was the first time I'd taken part in anything like this, and I was intrigued to see if we would be able to make contact with any of the spirits Diane had identified.
If you go towards Nick, that's this direction, is yes. If you go towards Kath, it's no. That's why the pieces of paper are there. Can you see the goosebumps coming up?
Yes, I have as well.
Yeah, I'm going a little bit.
Okay,
I've got
here.
a cold breeze just here in front of me.
I'm covered in it.
Yeah,
right, normally I would put a protective circle around us, but I don't feel threatened by what is around us, so I'm not going to. Obviously, if we do have any problems, then I'll sort that out afterwards. So everyone happy with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Right, I'd like you to ask the questions though, Paul, because if we get the man that I met downstairs, he won't talk to me.
All right.
All
Okay.
right. Okay, fingers on the glass. Basically, we know you're here. Could you just move the glass to get the ball rolling?
Can we please get this started? Someone come in.
Okay, what we need you to do, whoever's around us, is to basically see what we're all touching, this glass. I want you to try and move it for me if you can. Can you move it for me? Just use our energy. Absorb all our energies and really try and make it move. We know you're here.
It doesn't matter which direction you move it, just
move
make it move.
It wants to move.
It does, you can feel the pull.
Really use your energy, use our energies, feel what we're trying to do here and really try and get it to move. It's not hard.
You're almost there, just try a bit harder.
See, I thought you'd be better than this. I really did think you'd be better than this. Come on. Oh, right, okay.
Oh, shit.
Hello there.
Are you, oh, hang on, let's bring it into the centre again, sorry.
We're going to move you back to the centre.
Because we're going to lose it. Alright, I get, oh. Okay, I get the...
You're going around the table introducing yourself, are you? No? Right. Alright then.
No. What do you...
like you.
Okay, this is...
Yeah, this is it. Show off. God, look at the goosebumps on my helmet.
My hand's going hot and cold. Oh, I got a breeze then.
Yeah.
Okay, can you stop the glass?
Are you trying to annoy us?
Shit.
Okay, show off.
Right, let's ask you some questions then. Are you a male person? If you are, move towards Nick, the good-looking guy in the glasses. Are you male? Are you female? Are you saying... Oh, this is confusing me.
I think
the letters aren't working. I think.
Yeah, they're not.
I think they just move. I think we should just move the glass for yes. Don't move the glass for no. I think. Oh. Okay. Are you a little bit confused?
It may not be, but I am.
No, it may not be. Come on then, show us what you're made of.
Just
how fast can you go?
Are you going to cooperate?
Just watch it.
Are you that stupid that you can't say yes or no?
Shit. Okay, this guy's pissed off.
I know. I told you didn't like me.
I think we should move these letters. I think this is confusing everybody. I'd like you to move the glass if you are male. Okay, stop please. Right, so you're male. Do you live here, or did you live here? Okay. Was it a house when you lived here? Stop the glass, please. Right. So it was a house, and you lived here. Did you build this house? So have we got James with us? James William, are you here, my friend?
Oh, big feeling, big.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Thank you very much for moving the glass. Can you please stop for me, please? Thank you.
You're right.
Nice hair in the back of my neck.
Are you trying to communicate through Nick? Stop, please. Stop.
I feel that he wants Nick to say things for him.
Do you want Nick to say things for you? God. Okay, stop. Please stop the glass. Thank you. Alright, well, if you want to communicate through Nick, then you need to do it now. I need you to do whatever it takes to get Nick to say what you want to say. Okay.
Just say whatever comes into your mind, Nick, whether it makes sense or not.
Just the picture.
Okay, you're making Nick cry. Why is Nick crying? Are you making him cry? Do you like Nick? Yeah? Do you like me? Do you like Diane? Is there anything you can say through Nick, maybe through thought process, or maybe just anything, any images that you can give Nick?
Is it the picture? Is it something to do with the picture? I think you didn't get the woman you wanted, and she left you for someone else, and it really pissed you off, didn't it? It really fucked you up.
Okay.
Right. James, if you're with us, we know you are now, you've made yourself clear. Can you move anything in this pub? Can you make a sound, make a banging sound, make something move? Instead of using the glass, because we know you can move the glass. Do you think you can knock on something or bang something in the pub?
Is it you that plays with the beer kegs and the...
Oh, there you are.
And stop. Do you also turn the gas taps on as well? Do you think it's funny?
She's got a sense of humour.
But don't you realise that it's men that tend to drink the beer more? Do you beat your wife?
Well, that's something really brilliant to say yes to.
Are you proud of it?
Maybe it was something to be proud of then.
Can you stop the glass? Did you beat the woman you were in love with?
Was he beating his wife? Okay. Was that you? They're not going to answer me.
Hang on, no, he's moving, but there's... Was that you that just did that? Can you do it again, please?
Thank you.
Holy fucking shit.
Fuck.
Can I ask one of you two, can you ask him if it's him that's messing around in the ladies'
Are you
toilet?
just over by the bar?
Oh, Christ. I got... Jesus. I've gone all goose pimply. Look, look at the hands on my head. Look at
Nick's.
And Nick.
Shit, no, I think I knocked that.
Well, for me, I would rather leave it alone.
He's moving.
Were you over by the bar just then? Yeah, he was. Do you want us to come downstairs? Right, stop, glass.
Are you in with the beer kegs?
Where the what is?
The beer. Are you in the cellar?
You've done something downstairs, you've moved something.
Haven't you? Have you moved a barrel or something?
And it's a big movement, isn't it?
Right,
Right, we need to go down right now, see what's happening. I mean, can we remember, is this exactly the same or something?
It is, yeah.
I thought the glass was going to be moved when we got back up, but I don't think it is anymore.
I just feel condescension at the moment.
Well, like what?
Like he's condescending, he's got a condescending attitude to what we're doing right now.
So you didn't like it?
No, not particularly. Oh my flaming head.
Oh, I think he's come in
Yeah,
here.
I think he's back.
Oh, my back's tingling. Christ, I'm freezing.
Yeah, it is going colder.
So your first love died as a child, and you resent that, don't you? Was she killed?
Was it a book? Was it a bush?
Yeah.
Stop the glass, please, James.
Was it in the keg room?
Oh, was it in the keg room?
Stop. You killed her, didn't you?
Jeez.
Stop.
The glass moved as soon as I put my finger on top of it. I was shocked, as I'd been told that the glass would normally only move with the combined energy of the group of people.
Was she a child? Stop. You were old. Stop. Were you having sex with her?
Yeah, he's a pedophile.
At this point, I decided to use a piece of ghost hunting equipment known as an EMF meter. I had been told this would identify any electromagnetic fields of energy in the immediate area. That's the center of the table.
Do you wish you hadn't killed her?
Were you made to kill her? Were you told to kill her by somebody you knew?
Stop. Was it someone that knew what you'd been doing?
That's going on its own, I'm not even touching it.
It's his wife.
It's his wife.
God.
There you go.
Are you?
Yeah.
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 Oh my god, it's peeking, I'm not even touching it. It's going on its
I know, I
own.
can see it. Can you pick it up on the camera, guys?
No, I'm not even touching the button on the side.
James, is this you? Did your wife make you do it?
Your wife?
Stop. Was she gonna tell?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, goose pimples. Shit.
No wonder he hated her.
This is going crazy.
Do you like your wife being here?
Oh, this is fucked up.
Stop.
This doesn't make sense.
Very.
Did she get off on it?
Jesus Christ.
Did you get off on it?
What?
Was she killed for entertainment?
For your wife's entertainment.
For both of your entertainment. Stop. Was sex involved?
Oh god, my back is absolutely...
Stop. Did you have sex with her when she was dead?
Oh my god. Stop the glass, stop the glass.
Stop.
Is that you making the meter move? Just make it stop.
Or we will leave right now.
Okay, we're going.
We're getting up, we're going.
The EMF meter was now operating of its own accord. This was very strange indeed, and I was now convinced we were dealing with something more than just a group of overactive imaginations. Whoa. Guys, stop. Do you hear our conversation outside?
Stop, please.
Were you in the window when Nick looked up?
I wasn't
Stop.
privy to any of this.
Was somebody on the bridge, on the hump?
You saw somebody on the bridge.
Was it a girl on the hump?
I heard a noise coming from
there wasn't much.
Okay, the man in the cellar, is he anything to do with the murder?
That man was having sex with his wife. But he was happy about that.
Stop the glass.
Was Molly any relation to this other man?
It was his daughter, wasn't it?
Stop the glass.
Stop.
It was his daughter.
Did you take retribution?
Jesus Christ. James, I want you to step away from the table.
We...
He's gone.
Oh, fuck.
Salt now before he comes back.
Sorry.
It's okay.
James, are you here? Okay.
Molly, can you come forward to the table? Do you know that you're safe by this table now inside the salt?
Molly, are you happy? Not happy.
Molly, do you want to go? Do you want to leave this place? Do you want me to help you go?
He's not happy about it.
I don't care about him. Okay, Molly, do you trust me?
Stop the glass, please,
Right.
Molly. Do you trust Diane?
Molly, do you trust me to help you escape from here?
So she doesn't know who you are.
Okay. Alright, sweetheart, do me a favour, stand up close to the table where the other chair was. Molly, do you want everybody to know the truth?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Are you angry at everybody? God. Are you annoyed at the way you've been treated?
Okay, stop. What do you want to ask her? Because I feel bad keeping her here longer than we need to.
Did James kill you?
Okay, oh God, yeah.
Can you stop for a second?
Stop.
The quicker you answer this, the quicker you'll get a chance to leave. Did he kill you down where the beer kegs are? Stop. Were there other people there?
Oh,
Stop.
Jesus Christ.
Stop.
Stop, Molly. Thank you.
Did James love you? Stop. Did you love him? Stop.
Do you know why he killed you?
Were you going to tell on him? Stop. Do you forgive him? Were you 14? Stop. Do you want to leave?
I think she's just tired now. I just want to go.
I'll leave it to the experts.
Okay, Molly. Are you ready to go?
Oh God, she's excited to go.
Alright, okay. Stop the glass. Stop the glass, Molly.
Stop, Molly.
Right, okay, Molly, what I want you to do is to come up close to the table and just put your hands here for
Just need to see if
me. Right, now close your eyes, Molly. And think about the time when you were playing with your friends. There was one girl with red hair that you liked playing with, wasn't there? Like, keep your eyes closed, but with your mind, imagine that she's walking towards you. Yeah, I know you're seeing a lady, but keep watching that lady. Yeah, she is getting younger.
She's what?
She's getting younger. She's your friend. Go, Molly, go now. Go to her. Just go.
My arms are gone. I've gone goose pimply.
Just go.
I've got my arm.
I'm just going to call my guides in to keep this circle of protection around this table, and also to see that Molly gets to where she wants to go. Keep him here until he's learnt the lesson that he needs to learn. And take any negativity that's been attached to us while we've been working here away from us. Give healing to everybody that needs it, that's taking part in tonight. And I want to call upon the guides of all the people that are here in this pub tonight, including John asleep upstairs, to stay close and look after everybody.
Okay. James, if you're still here, move the glass.
You're still here, James?
You can't get in.
I just feel an overwhelming sense of grief, mourning type thing.